St. Lorenzo Ruiz, also known as Laurentius Ruiz de Manila or San Lorenzo Ruiz de Manila, is the first Filipino saint venerated in the Roman Catholic Church. He is thus the protomartyr of the Philippines. He had gone to Japan with 3 missionaries and was killed for refusing to renounce his Roman Catholic beliefs during the persecution of Japanese Christians under the Tokugawa Shogunate in the 17th century. Saint Lorenzo is patron saint of, among others, the Philippines and the Filipino people. Early life. Lorenzo Ruiz was born in Binondo, Manila to a Chinese father and a Filipino mother who were both Catholic. His father taught him Chinese while his mother taught him Tagalog. Ruiz served as an altar boy at the convent of Binondo Church. After being educated by the Dominican friars for a few years, Ruiz earned the title of escribano because of his skillful penmanship. He became a member of the Cofradia del Santissimo Rosario. He married Rosario, a native, and they had 2 sons and a daughter. The Ruiz family lead a generally peaceful, religious and content life. In 1636, whilst working as a clerk for Binondo Church, Ruiz was falsely accused of killing a Spaniard. Ruiz sought asylum on board a ship with 3 Dominican priests, Saint Antonio Gonzalez, Saint Guillermo Cortet, Saint Miguel de Orzareza, a Japanese priest, Saint Vicente Shiwozuka de la Cruz, and a lay leper Saint Lazaro of Kyoto. Ruiz and his companions left for Okinawa on June 10, 1636, with the aid of the Dominican Fathers and Fr. Giovanni Yago. Martyrdom. The Tokugawa Shogunate was persecuting Christians by the time Ruiz had arrived in Japan. The missionaries were arrested and thrown into prison, and after 2 years, they were transferred to Nagasaki to face trial by torture. He and his companions faced different types of torture. On September 27, 1637, Ruiz and his companions were taken to the Nishizaka Hill, where they were tortured by being hung upside down a pit. This form of torture was known as tsurushi in Japanese or hawkawahoya in Spanish. The method was supposed to be extremely painful, though the victim was bound. One hand was always left free so that victims may signal their desire to recant, leading to their release. Ruiz refused to renounce Christianity and died from blood loss and suffocation. His body was cremated and his ashes thrown into the sea. According to Latin missionary accounts sent back to Manila, Ruiz declared these words upon his death: Ego Catholica sum animo prompto paratoc pro Deo mortem obibo. Si mil vitas habrum, cuntis earlier ferrum. I am a Catholic and wholeheartedly do accept death for the Lord. Had I 1,000 lives, all these I shall offer to him. Path to Sainthood, Cause of Beatification and Canonization. The Positio super Introduction Causi or the Cause of Beatification of St. Lorenzo Ruiz was written by respected historian, Fr. Fidel Villarreal. O.P. Ruiz was beatified during Pope John Paul II's papal visit to the Philippines. It was the first beatification ceremony to be held outside the Vatican in history. San Lorenzo Ruiz was canonized by the same Pope in Vatican City on October 18, 1987, making him the first Filipino saint. Miracle. His canonization was based on a miracle that took place in 1983, when Cecilia Allegria Policarpio, a 2-year-old girl suffering brain atrophy, was cured through the intercession of the family and supporters to Lorenzo Ruiz. She was diagnosed shortly after her birth and was treated at Magsaysay Medical Center. Places and things named after Lorenzo Ruiz: Chapel of San Lorenzo Ruiz, a Catholic church in New York City, opened in 2005, Colegio de San Lorenzo, a Catholic college in Quezon City, founded in 1988, Escuela de San Lorenzo Ruiz Parañaque, Sanchez Avenue, Green Heights SUBD, Sucat, Parañaque City, founded in 1988, Lorenzo Ruiz de Manila School, a Catholic school in Cainta, Rizal, founded in 1990, Plaza San Lorenzo Ruiz, a plaza in front of Binondo Church, Manila, San Lorenzo Ruiz, Camarines Norte, a municipality in the province of Camarines Norte, San Lorenzo Ruiz. Taytay, Rizal, San Lorenzo Ruiz de Manila Parish Church, a Catholic church in San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, San Lorenzo Ruiz Diocesan Church, a Catholic church in Bayagan City, Agusan del Sur, San Lorenzo Ruiz Elementary School, a Catholic school in Mississauga, Ontario Street Lorenzo Ruiz Catholic Church, a Catholic church in Walnut, California, San Lorenzo Ruiz de Manila Community Center, a community center in Sugar Land, Texas, San Lorenzo Ruiz Montessori, incorporated in Bulacan, San Lorenzo School, a non-sectarian school in San Pedro, Laguna, San Lorenzo Ruiz Chapel, Imnabu, Batanes. Other tributes to Saint Lorenzo, Lorenzo Ruiz is included in American painter John Nava's Communion of Saints tapestries, a depiction of 135 saints in Beatty which hangs inside the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels in Los Angeles, California. On September 28, 2007, the Catholic Church celebrated the 20th anniversary of Ruiz's canonization. Then Archbishop of Manila Cardinal Gaudencio Rosales said, "A Euro kahit saan nandunang mga Pilipino, ang katapatan sa Diyos ay dala-dala ng Pinoy Euro in popular culture, film, ang buhay ni Lorenzo Ruiz, a 1970 Philippine film, Lorenzo Ruiz, the Saint, a Filipino. A 1988 Philippine film, in September 2013, Lorenzo, a musical about the life of St. Lorenzo Ruiz, was staged by Green Wings Entertainment, with music by Ryan Cayabyab, book and lyric by Juan Iquis and Paul Dumas with the collaboration of Joel Antonio, direction by Nonan Padilla, and production by Christopher de Leon. Books, Kawanungan, Celso Al. To Die 1,000 Deaths, a novel on the life and times of Lorenzo Ruiz, Social Studies Publications, Metro Manila, Philippines, 1980, Delgado, Antonio C. The Making of the First Filipino Saint, The Ala Ala Foundation, 1982, see also, Ignacio del Espiritu Santo, Gira Cube Nima de la Asuncia Cube Den, Kakakarishtan, Martha de San Bernardo, The First Filipino Nun, Martyrs of Japan, Pedro Colonsod, The Second Filipino Saint, References. External links, Cause for Beatification, Mosaic in St. Peter's Basilica, St. Lorenzo Ruiz in the Communion of Saints Tapestries, Street Lorenzo Ruiz Prayer in Times of Adversity. Translated into Spanish by Jose. Copyright Tlaxcalpas, traditional version in English and Tagalog. Published in the Canadian Hispanic webzine La Journal de Pola. Lorenzo Ruiz at Find a Grave, Lorenzo, a musical on the life of Lorenzo Ruiz, 4.